Hi, it's Mark from Top Local Lead Generation. We're here with John Nieuwenburg. He's a business coach extraordinaire in Vancouver, BC. How are you doing today, John?
I'm doing terrific. Thanks, Mark.
So, you gave me a question to ask. What should I expect when I hire a business coach?
Well, thanks for asking, Mark. The short answer is results. What does that mean? When you start with a business coach, it's usually because you're facing challenges that in some fashion, you haven't been able to overcome. And you want some assistance in helping achieve different results than you're getting today. Often in the beginning, business owners are getting a result or feeling more hopeful because they start to see that there is a way forward, a way that they can address the issues, the challenges they're facing, and get some clarity about that. And so in a sense, it's like seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. Oftentimes, we're in a bit of overwhelm. There's so many things that need to be done, so many priorities, and you can't sort out which order, which ones you should be working at. So in the beginning, it's a path forward, a way that I can get to where I want to be. Results often means that the way in which you're using time improves. If you're getting the results you want, then clearly you're using time in a way that gets that result. But often the converse of that is true as well. If you're not getting results, clearly something about how you use your time ought to change. So the first thing might have to do something with time. Lots of business owners, start a business. So lots of business owners start a business, and they get good at selling whatever the business does, its widgets, and then they start to hire team members, and it's the first time that they've ever been in a position where they have to lead a team. So leadership skills, delegation skills, learning how to motivate a team, learning how to get a team to do the work that you need done in a way that satisfies, meets, or exceeds your expectations. So results has to do with getting a better team, getting the culture you want, and getting your team to perform at the level that you want. One of my business owners that I work with, when he first started working with me, his office was in the upstairs of the plant that he runs, and every morning he'd have a parade of people coming upstairs, one by one, or sometimes as a group, and they would have to ask him what would need doing that day, in what order, and so forth. And that was really tiring for him, because he felt like if he wasn't there, nothing would ever get done. And today, about a year later, he's now in a place where he can come and go as he pleases. If he wants to show up at 10 o'clock, he can if he wishes, because he knows that the plant is going to work and it's going to operate in an effective and efficient way. And that's largely because he's no longer the hub, the central point of the business. He can rely on others to get the work done. And then the final part of results has to do with money. And often money has two dimensions to it. Part one is where's the money, counting the money, the financials of money. And often the more significant challenge has to do with I need more money, and that means I need better sales and marketing. So when you start working with a business coach, what should you expect? You should expect to see results. Typically, those results in the beginning are about getting better hope and a sense of direction, and renewing your passion for the business. And over time, typically about a year's time, that converts into seeing financial results on the bottom line, and results in your life, and that your life has become better. So in a nutshell, that's it. Results.
So, having experienced this, I would also say that you need to expect having to have a hard look at yourself as the owner.
Yes.
You laugh. Thank you so much. Because that becomes very clear in working with you that as an owner, I'm the problem. I'm the one who's in the way of making the business bigger, better, serve my needs. How do you deal with that with having that hard conversation with business owners?
Yeah, well, there's a little phrase that I use sometimes that helps summarize what you've just described, and that is that if the owner wants a better business, First, the business needs a better owner. In the beginning, when I work with business owners, it's largely on the dimensions that we talked about around time, team, and money. And it has to do with the business systems, tools, and strategies. But over time, as we build trust and confidence in each other, some of those hard looks in the mirror become easier and easier for you to accept that maybe really the thing that needs to change is the owner itself. So for things to change, the owner's behavior has to change. And that starts with first recognizing that, in fact, I'm the problem, you're the problem, we're always something about what we're doing needs to change. So the first part is the willingness to look at it, to recognize that things need to change, and so therefore I need to change. And then a commitment to actually make that happen. Jack Canfield has a lovely way of putting it. He's got a little equation, E plus R equals O, where E stands for event plus R stands for response equals O, the outcome. And so if something happens and you don't get the outcome you want, the only thing that's possible for you to change is what you do about it, your response. And so that's the only thing that you can ever actually affect if you want a different outcome. So a good question you might be wanting to ask yourself in response to your question mark is, what new or additional level of personal responsibility can I take in this situation that might produce a different outcome than the one I got? If you're finger pointing, then that becomes the problem. Blaming your situation on something or someone else isn't going to change the situation. The only way that situation is going to change is if you're willing to do something differently than you have in the past. So yes, often it comes down to, if the owner wants a better business, first the business needs a better owner, and over time that becomes more evident. And the more responsible business owner and the one who's committed to change will take that on and make those changes happen.
So if you're looking for a business coach who'll give you wise counsel, effective systems, and hold the mirror up to you sometimes when you don't really want to look at it, so you make efficient changes in your business and make it grow, this is the guy to talk to, John Nieuwenburg. You can reach him at w5coaching.com or give him an email, john@w5coaching.com. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Mark. Cheers.